Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Boys, where every day is a Saturday. Come hang out with us as we chat about games, music, movies, beer, all over beer. Yeah, mess that one up, but you can't win them all. My name is. Them all. Oh, dude, maybe if they had a Pokemon game for this, but who knows? My name is Nick, and today I'm joined by Anthony.
Hi.
Brandon.
Hey.
And John.
John.
God, what are we all drinking today, guys?
I'll start off. I'm excited about mine.
Ooh.
It's the Xeno from the 450 Slushy series. It was their space one. This one's quite tropical. It's got mango. It's got
looks like OJ.
Pineapples, passion fruit, banana. Very tropical. I enjoy it. It's pretty smooth from the banana too.
What type of beer is it again?
It's just a sour, fruited sour.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
450. Y'all know. But I just like that it's a Xeno. Kind of reminds me of Xenomorph, Alien. They did a collab with Alien.
I was about to say, is this another collab or no?
Yeah, this one was a collab. It's got Alien Labs right on the front there.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm drinking that. I gave it a 4.25. I liked it.
Nice.
What are you drinking?
I gave mine a 4.25 too. I like mine a lot. It is the Tropic Level Zombie. It's from Modest Brewing Company. It's a fruited sour, so super similar. What's up?
Minnesota.
I know, it's your boys. You got to get up there with the accent.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's a fruited sour with brown sugar, passion fruit, pineapple, grapefruit, orange, lemon, lime, and whatever the heck cassia cinnamon is. But it's super good. There's a lot going on.
I always feel like you can't say lemon without lime in any context.
No, and it has to be in that order.
Yeah.
Lime lemon sounds wrong.
If you say lime lemon, you just stop listening right now. You turn this off.
That's right.
You're canceled.
No, it's always lemon lime, and you can't add one without the other for any kind of artificial flavoring.
Yeah.
It's just wrong if you have one without the other. I mean,
but if you say lime lemon, you're just canceled.
No, there's nothing going on
That's
there.
sacrilege.
No, this is
no forgiveness.
It's also another can that I really like. It's got the whole purple and like kind of looks outrunny. Honestly, another one I got just for the can, but this one's better than last week's, so I enjoy it. Still got a little bit left. Yeah, it's good. Anthony, what you drinking?
So I got one from Drecker, and the details on this one, I'm just going to read it straight from an Untapped. This hefty boy is absolutely stuffed with tart cherry, sweet marshmallow, lactose, and just oozing with rich chocolate for another silly adventure into chonky absurdity.
Wow.
Well, that just
is that me or your
beer?
Right? That actually makes me
chonky absurdity.
It is chocolate stuffed boy.
What was the name of this one?
It's the chonk. It's like
cherry.
So it's cherry, marshmallow, and chocolate.
Gosh, how is it?
Exactly as advertised.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, I rated it a 4, but I'm gonna bump it to a 4.25.
4.25 buddies today.
Hey. Fist bump.
John,
what you got?
What you got in that bottle?
For today's theme today, what we're talking about on the pod, I have an Americana handcrafted honey cream Americana delicious vintage. But the funny thing is they forgot to put what it is. So I was looking all over. Is it a root beer? Is it a cream soda?
It's just honey cream.
It's just honey cream. Delicious vintage, though. Americana handcrafted.
I've never had vintage before.
No,
that's
right.
Vintage what year? Usually vintage 1985.
We can actually find out. Hold on.
Let's see. No answer.
It's made in Washington.
It is made in Washington. Orca Beverage Company.
But you don't know what it is. It's a beverage, but we don't know what it is. Honey cream does sound good, though. I'm not going to lie.
Sounds like a cream soda type thing.
Yeah.
It's a cream soda.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay. As we thought.
I'd give that a 4.24.
Okay.
Oh.
Just slightly less than.
Yeah.
Good, but, not quite up to the 4.25 standard that we've all set.
So there's no distinguishing factor between, like, honey cream and just cream.
That straight up tastes like any cream soda I've ever had.
Okay. You know what I tried this week? Because we had it in the house. I was like, I'll try a bottle. Was that Dr. Pepper cream soda?
That stuff's good.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Good.
It's different.
Do you know what? You want to really have a nice day? Have that with a hot fudge sundae Pop-Tart.
Oh.
I can see the pairing. Do you
warm
heat
up the hot? Yep.
Yeah,
warm
you
up the
have to heat it.
That's a must.
That's what I thought. Yep.
And that one,
with the chocolate ones, I feel like it's a must. I feel like I can do berry flavored Pop-Tarts without the heating up. I do like them heated up.
I actually prefer those ones without, but
Yeah, I could go either way, but like the chocolate ones,
you gotta heat them
I
up.
don't feel right eating it plain. I feel like I have to heat up the chocolate ones, like the sundae or the Oreo cookie.
The s'mores one was the go-to.
Do you guys tear the crust off also?
I did when I was a kid, but
depends. I usually, you know what I'll do? It's kind of weird. I'll tear my Pop-Tart in half, and then half of it I'll tear the crust off, and I'll eat like the crust first, and then save the center. But then the other half I'll just eat regular.
No, I actually did that at one point. I feel like I ate that like every possible way you can probably imagine. I don't know why.
Do you do the thing where you eat it all around the center?
I've tried that.
And then
I've
you just
tried
eat the middle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ate it like a piece of bread.
How did I put a Pop-Tart inside of other Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tartception.
Yeah.
No, you
Never
can't do that.
You never done that?
You can't.
Okay, so I take back what I said earlier. I have not done that.
No.
Well, I sound like an animal now.
No, so wait, you put a Pop-Tart
I'm not saying
inside of
I
other
wouldn't, I just-
Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, you make a Pop-Tart sandwich.
But the Pop-Tarts don't separate easy.
No, bud. You
Okay, hold on. I'm confused.
take a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
You put another Pop-Tart on that Pop-Tart.
Can you
and
say Pop-Tart again?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Pop-
And then you stack a third Pop-Tart on
Yeah.
top.
Oh my God, there's 3 Pop-Tarts. That's why I didn't know there's
Yeah.
a third.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
God.
listening to.
How many
Yeah.
do you toast?
I mean, realistically, 2.
The crust?
Yeah. The
Right, just
outside.
the
so
outside
it's,
ones,
so it's a
okay.
cold cut
Yeah.
Pop-Tart sandwich.
Yes.
I
A
wonder
toasted
if you
cold
could bring
cut.
your own to Subway. Bring your own Pop-Tarts.
Can I get the spicy Italian? There you go. What bread? I
Pop-Tart.
brought my own.
Pop-Tart.
Just look at you like, I got you, bro.
Bring it to Jersey Mike's and do it
A
Mike's way.
spicy Italian on brown sugar Pop-Tart.
Right?
That sounds awful.
You get mayo
You're not a
and
fan.
sweet onion sauce.
Oh.
Tuna.
Oh.
Spinach.
Oh, yeah, with tuna. No. I don't think I have Subway anymore. It's ruined.
Yeah, I'll do the
Just
tuna
walk
melt
in,
on
I
the
just-
hot fudge.
I'm just going to see Pop-Tarts on the menu. It's like, oh, no.
Oh,
God.
God. Well, I do have some not so important news
Gotcha.
this week. So mine are kind of water themed. I know Anthony has some that are kind of water themed. The one that I know a couple people have been talking about, this humpback whale that ate the guy and then spat him back out.
Oh, yeah. I did see something about that.
Yeah, it was a Cape Cod, and the guy was a lobsterman, but it put it
He was a
in-
lobster man?
lobsterman.
Oh, there's a difference.
Lobsterman, whatever.
Gotcha.
But I mean, look, at him, he's okay.
That's a lobster.
He definitely was
Man.
in the mouth of the whale, and then it spat him out, and he
Crazy.
pretty much just like dislocated his knee or something like that. But he was in the mouth for about half a minute.
What type of whale?
How about
Humpback
Humpback.
whale?
humpback?
Damn.
Yes.
Those things aren't small.
Yes. Yeah, and it was about 50 feet long, 36 tons.
How many feet wide?
We got to get the volume on this.
What's the miles to the gallon?
Right.
I think about 13.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be better.
0 to 60?
A year.
A year.
God, that's a slow ass humpback dolphin. Humpback whale. But no, he got taken up by a whale and spat out.
Yep, and lived to tell the tale.
Huh.
True life Geppetto here.
What a gnarly story. Like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I mean, what a badass.
Right? And to, like, almost come out unscathed, like,
Yeah, just a dislocated knee. I'm good.
right?
I just almost tried to get eaten.
Right?
God.
Don't whales not have teeth?
Yeah, so basically what they do is they swallow you down, and then their stomachs digest you and kill
That's
you.
messed up.
But they do it with large schools of fish.
Mhm.
They don't typically do it with humans, which is probably why he got spat out. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not expecting one solid thing. It's expecting a bunch of little tiny fish to
Mhm.
kind of funnel down. Like,
Right.
Is it
Down
because
the
he
gullet.
was swimming with lobsters?
maybe, I don't know.
You described him as a lobster man in the beginning, so
Lobsterman.
Well, his career is catching lobsters.
Correct.
So I'm just wondering, like, because I feel like for that, no, I guess I don't know how deep a water, like, you go after lobsters, or like to hunt them down, like. So
They are bottom dwellers.
True,
so.
true.
Yeah.
But I guess I just didn't think they were like that deep of water to like where a whale would be in the vicinity to accidentally eat him.
Huh.
I guess I always thought lobsters would be in more shallow water than what a
Well,
whale would.
I'm just used to like crabbing in RuneScape, so that's about it for me for like nautical fishing experience.
Right.
So, yeah, not.
That's about
not
where
a
it ends
lot.
for me too.
I mean, I've done real fishing in real life, but like anything other than just plain old at the lake, it's a little too much.
Right.
But yeah.
Apparently, there's great whites in the area, too.
oh yeah.
No.
This is Cape Cod, you said?
Yeah.
Damn.
So my other story is just as serious.
Mhm.
Explosive diarrhea causes NBC's ultimate slip and slide to pause production.
At first it was Fatbergs, now they're like...
So yeah, apparently at least like 40 people on their crew have just explosive diarrhea, and it says that like 4 different times in here.
I think we can't emphasize it enough. Explosive.
It literally says that the crew had to like run to porta potties.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Is it a bug that was going around
Yeah.
or something like that?
Giardia?
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Giardia?
No.
Giardia?
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli.
Yeah, that's
Ghirardellis?
they got you.
They had a rotten batch of Ghirardellis.
Giardia, it's a bacteria.
Yeah, they can get pretty gnarly when you let them sit out for too long.
The more you
Especially
know.
the caramel-filled ones.
I was supposed to say, it's been a while since I've had Ghirardellis.
Yeah. People were said to be collapsing, forced to run to porta potties due to awful explosive diarrhea. When you have to
God.
use 2 adjectives to describe the diarrhea, it's like
you're
next
having a bad
level.
time.
Next level.
It's a bad day no matter what you can do.
Explosive, bro. Like,
I've had some bad stomach problems in the past, but I don't think I've ever said I've had
for
explosive.
something to explode out of your asshole, that's bad. There's a
Oh, God. No.
This is the
Shit
worst mental
everywhere.
picture ever.
But what was the crew? What was the show that they were on at first?
Yeah, that's my curiosity is the connection to the slip and slide.
Yeah, because I thought when you said that it was like contestants shitting themselves down
On
the
the
slide.
slip.
That's
ultimate
what I-
slip and slide, and
Yeah.
that's what I really hoped it was. To be honest, when I clicked on this, I was like, "No way!" Like people are shitting down the slide. Like,
So this is
no.
really a production crew just got the runs.
yeah.
But
Okay.
the title almost makes this one because
Yeah.
the
The
image that
title
comes to your
definitely
head,
makes this
It's
one.
like
Yeah,
explosive shit slides.
yeah.
Shit and slide? Is that
Shit
the new?
slide.
It's on a t-shirt.
I mean, of all shows, though, just like stuff just slipping, sliding out of their intestines.
Oh,
It's been
too
known to
gross.
happen.
Yeah.
Too gross.
Anthony,
Okay,
you also had some water-based news.
Yeah, it definitely
People
has.
shit in your pool.
No, and to do it quick. Yeah, neither one of mine have anything to do with poop. I promise you that.
Bummer.
Yet.
No, just no poop.
We'll make it.
We'll find a way.
So there was a message in a bottle that apparently traveled over 2,400 miles. That was
I saw this one.
discovered by this kid named Christian. He was spearfishing in Azores, which I don't know what that is or where that is. He found a crumpled plastic bottle that was tossed in the water near Rhode Island in 2018, and it was found this year.
That is a small island chain in the mid-Atlantic.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
How do you just know that?
It was a Portuguese colony.
This guy.
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know?
Oh, it's beautiful, man. Got great climate there.
I'm just so surprised you just know that.
Have you been there?
No, there's a high pressure system right next to it though that's responsible for causing a lot of the hurricanes during the summer. The Gulf.
Oh.
So it'll spin tropical moisture in a hook pattern.
It around?
Huh?
Think the hurricane pushed it around?
Let's look at the message in the bottle. He
No,
said he
was
found it in Rhode
spearfishing.
Island.
Well, it was originally sent out from Rhode Island and it
Oh,
was found there.
where did they find it?
That Azores, yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's where it's found. So apparently that's 2,400 miles away from Rhode Island.
Is that a song? What are you
Do
showing
you, do you think that it was an SOS?
me?
Da da da.
So anyway,
Do you think that Sting found the bottle too?
nope. So the note inside, it was a Powerade bottle, by the way, if you're wondering.
Oh, okay.
The note said, "It is Thanksgiving. I am 13 and visiting family in Rhode Island." Because apparently the kid's originally from Vermont, and yeah, that's the next part of it. I am from Vermont, and a note included an email address. So, in hoping that someone would message him back, and this was originally from June 15th, so there was no word. But then as I was scrolling through, I actually saw there was an update.
Ooh.
So the message was actually replied to by the guy in Portugal, yeah. So, which is funny because this actually says over 2,000 miles, so actually, give or take 2,000, 2,400. But Sean Smith, now 16, was the person that originally sent out the message. And the reason why it was found is because the email address, like the kid, he just forgot he even did it. So he had no access to the email. But then there was like everything else, like on Facebook, that's when the message was put up, like, who sent this, like, trying to get in contact. And then because of that, it was actually found out that kid found it. And apparently they've been in contact since, and yeah, they're just like pen pals.
Oh, that's great.
So a new age.
I'm going to
pen pal.
create a pen pal in 3 years. Chuck this bottle into the ocean.
Right.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be horrible if it was like a spammer that found him?
Oh.
And he's like, "Hi, we're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty."
Not again.
Yeah, I'm here in Portugal. I just wanted to let you know about your car's extended warranty. I really think you need to get that on there.
Dude, I get 4 of those calls a day now. It is
Yeah,
insane.
I really do. I get usually 2, but like before I even get up for work, I usually get 2 or 3 like while I'm at work. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
They try to trick me now. They use like rural cities in Arizona. So it'll come
Really?
across like Nogales, Arizona, and I'm like,
Wilcox.
Mine also just say scam likely now. I don't even
Scam?
see like, yeah.
you get Wilcox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's just suspected spam callers. So I just wipe away.
You get those too.
So the other one, is in Chicago.
Chicago.
There was a bus driver that was looking for a way to relieve stress during the coronavirus pandemic. So what he started doing is he just went out to Lake Michigan, and every day he just dove in the water.
Every day he went out to Lake Michigan and just dove in the water, and he grew
Yep.
gills and
For
became a
300
fish and
yep. Yes,
adapted.
that was the
and now he's a
second part of
fish.
it. Thank you for.
Now see Disney and Pixar's Luca in store.
That's
in
actually one
theaters
of our
near you.
favorite news we've done. I like that.
Right, and then actually, because I was thinking too, because I was like the ice. I'm like, how did he? He actually would go and he would carve out a section so he could jump into it still. So it was, he literally did it for a year straight, every single day.
Wild man,
Right,
That,
like-
Chicago gets cold, dude.
Right,
Cold.
and then what was it? The last day. Guess what day of the week it was? It was a Saturday.
He's a boy.
And that was literally why I'm like, I was reading through. I'm like, it's pretty interesting. I'm like, okay, now I 100% will use it.
We're going to have him
that's-
as a guest later this
that's
month.
the cherry on top right there.
Right. Yeah. Bus driver that wanted a way to just kind of have a zen moment because of everything else going on, and that's just the thing they came up with.
So he would just dive in, swim, and then come out. I'm
Yeah.
assuming
You think you ever had explosive diarrhea in the lake?
it is Lake Michigan.
That happens more in the Bay Area next to Ghirardelli Square.
Well, that is San Francisco.
Yep. Don't swim in that estuary.
It also happens over in California Adventure over by the Ghirardelli shop.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Disney so bad.
Funny story.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Ghirardelli actually did give me explosive diarrhea.
Oh, what? Wait.
Was it from when you were at Disney?
Yeah.
Can we just call this the Ghirardelli episode?
Yeah, but we're just about to talk about how Ghirardelli gave him explosive diarrhea.
Well, I had a
Ghirardelli
Sunday
boys.
and it was just,
We're never getting sponsored.
No.
no, we're not trying
No,
to.
by no one. Nobody's going to.
What? That people don't want to sponsor the Fatbergs?
Oh, no.
Mm. How could
Nick
they
and
not?
the Fatbergs is your new punk band name.
Nick and the Fatbergs.
We just renamed the podcast.
Thank
right
you.
now.
We are the Fatbergs.
What is up, dude?
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Too good.
K opens for us.
Right.
Big Lee sings.
That's the dream.
God.
Well,
So wait, you never finished your story?
Yeah.
You had diarrhea.
Was that- was
from
that
yeah, I
it?
ate
Ghirardelli?
a Sunday and got diarrhea, but Ghirardelli
sure-
gave me diarrhea.
You sure it was the Sunday? You were at Disney?
Yeah.
It could have
Because
been a
there's
lot of
other
It was
things.
the Sunday.
Mhm.
It was the Sunday.
Was it
I
like
know,
pretty
it was
like
Sunday.
pretty quick, like
Yeah.
Sunday, and then oh,
Yeah.
Did you notice anything bad about the Sunday?
No,
Oh,
no.
it tasted delicious.
No, just very creamy for a man
Oh.
with
I got an
lactose
alternate
issues.
theory.
Hmm.
You have a slight lactose intolerance.
Yeah, I just said that.
that's what I
Okay.
was gonna say. I'm like, it's
That was the sentence
probably
I just
because of
said.
that. Yeah,
How did you say it?
Just like that.
I just said I had a lactose issue. I said it had cream and I have a lactose issue, and then you go, I have a theory.
You're kidding.
I can prove your theory.
You're
you,
kidding.
you two started to talk over each other, so you zoned out the second half of his
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I just know that's a
We
thing
literally
for you, so
like
I
said
forget
the same.
stories.
It's like when you send a text at the same time.
Yeah. So it wasn't the Ghirardellis, though.
No,
No,
it
it
was.
was.
It was because I have. It's the lactose issue plus the Sunday.
I don't think we can blame Ghirardelli on this.
well, it's
It's
that's what
half
he
my
can-
fault, half theirs.
Yeah.
They gave me the Sunday and I ate it.
So that sounds like a lactose issue.
Yeah. So okay, it's a third my problem, a third my stomach's problem, and a third Ghirardelli. And a third Disneyland.
We're down to like 25% on Ghirardelli.
Hey, they're still to blame.
Let's make it 16.
They're still up there. They gave the whole crew explosive diarrhea.
That was a bacteria, not Ghirardelli.
It was Ghirardelli.
All right.
Gerardia.
Gerard.
Yeah.
Deli's.
Gerard Way gave you the runs.
Jared's Deli.
Jared's Deli.
Jersey Jared's
Mike's.
Deli right in
How many
Ghirardelli Plaza.
sponsorships can we ruin?
Just
Quite a few apparently.
all of them. We'll do it.
Gosh. I think it's time to move on to the main event tonight.
Yeah.
The big thing why we're talking about today. The Nintendo Gamecube. Nintendo's fourth major console. I always think it's their third, but it's really their fourth major console that they released in 2001, November 2001.
Wasn't it the
US,
sixth
that was the US.
console for them?
Fourth.
Well, it's their fourth console that they released, but I think it is in the sixth generation of consoles all in all, including the Atari and the earlier consoles.
It
yeah.
ran at the same time as the Xbox
And the PlayStation 2.
and the
Yeah.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah, it was still at least enough to where they were comparing the sales.
Yeah, Dreamcast, I think, was the first in the sixth generation. It was the
Yeah.
first one released.
It really didn't hold a candle to
This
it.
was the last
Not the
one.
PlayStation 2 that came out a year later and
absolutely
just
not.
destroyed
Just
PS2
everything.
destroyed everything.
Yeah. But GameCube was a little late to the game because it came out in end of 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And it holds
Day
up.
before my birthday.
$199 retail value.
$199 retail
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, which
God.
honestly it kind of fits in the pocket with Nintendo's price range. I feel like.
And
You
adjusted for inflation in
almost
20
fit
years.
in your
it's-
pocket, I would say.
Yeah, that's something I did want to
Depends
talk
on how
about, the
big your
design.
pockets are, dude.
And you got trip pants, you can
It's
fit that in.
2001, I was going to say. Yeah.
2001. You can make it work. Everyone's got big baggy jeans.
You could tie it to a necklace, wear it like your fucking Flava Flav.
I'm sure someone's done that. But did you know that it's not actually a cube?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
It's a box.
It's a box. Because it's not equal dimensions for the length, width, and height.
Actually, you just said that. I never realized that.
I can
Looking
see
at
it physically, like
No, yeah.
staring at it right now.
It's
I can
not.
see that.
It is definitely longer back than it is side.
Yeah, and it's not very tall compared to how
Mhm.
Nope.
wide it is.
It's fractured. It's a very minimal difference between each side, but it is in fact not a cube.
I'm still happy they called it a cube over Dolphin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dolphin's some
placeholder name.
bullshit. Like, I mean, what? Like,
They're just placeholder names.
Wait,
Well, it
what?
was just based upon the
it
CPU.
was called Dolphin.
Mhm.
for a while,
Yeah,
like
it was Project Dolphin internally in Nintendo because it uses the Dolphin CPU from ATI. I want to say that.
I think that's
that-
what it was.
Yeah, and it's it gave us all the good memes though with Game Sphere and like all the other
Mhm.
TV shows like making jokes about like game triangles and
Game
all
Sphere,
that
that was
stuff.
Drake and Josh, right?
Was it Drake and Josh?
Dude,
God, it was one
so
of them.
good.
But yeah, no, it's very interesting. It was Nintendo's first kind of because the N64 didn't sell as much as they did, but it sold a lot. GameCube was their first like misstep that they took, where it did not sell well over here.
It didn't
Mm-mm.
sell as well as they
No.
thought for
But-
sure.
Why we're talking about it is because of basically what came to it is how much it was their like experimental console. They had so much new IPs and third party support up the
Mhm.
wazoo in this console.
That and they just had so many A1 games.
Mhm.
But it
Games
didn't sell.
I
It compared to the big boys, it was fighting the brand newcomer, the Xbox, and then the PS2, which was just selling like hotcakes. It holds a near dear place in all of our hearts, though, because we all had one, got rid of it, and got it back,
I
basically.
still have mine.
John?
I
Mine
wish I
has
saw
the
mine.
Game Boy reader stuck on the bottom.
I
yeah.
hate you so much. So this isn't my original GameCube. This is my props that I brought on today. This is a silver one that I got at the pawn shop years later. My original GameCube and all of my games, minus a small handful, I sold back in 2005, 2006, somewhere in that range to get an Xbox 360.
Me too.
And looking back at it now, I regret it so hardcore
Mm-hmm.
because I could have went another 6 months to save up money and get a 360 just a couple months later.
Titles for the 360 when we got it either.
Not really. I got it super early. It was like
Yeah, it was like fucking 4
Halo
games.
wasn't even out yet. Halo
No.
3 came out in 2007. I got it in like 2005, 2006.
Yeah,
So
I think the best game at that point was BioShock, probably, right?
I think you guys mean Assassin's Creed was the best game.
I didn't play
wasn't
Assassin's
even
Creed
out
1
yet.
until
So
Assassin's
was-
Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed was one of the release titles.
Was it launched
For the 360?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't
so.
believe so. Because I want to say it's
Oh.
2009. You Google search that while I continue on, but no.
That I'm not 100%. I can see it, though, but I just remember BioShock being...
Skin off my fucking tattoo if I'm wrong.
Oh, my God, please no.
Okay, all right. That's intense.
I just know that realistically I got it with my console, but yeah, maybe I didn't get it right away.
Hmm.
You saying you think
Because when I got it, there was like no other games besides
Battlefield?
Battlefield, yeah.
No, it was
And then
Call
I
of
had-
Duty 2. That was the big one on the 360, right?
Was it 2 or 3?
That wasn't even out yet. It was Battlefield,
Mm.
and then I waited for Assassin's Creed.
I probably didn't get my Xbox for a while then.
Because I think Assassin's Creed was it 2009?
That's what I thought it was later.
Okay, you're fucking right. You know, whatever.
Yep.
There's some decent ones on this list though.
For launch titles,
Yeah, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Perfect Dark Zero,
I didn't have Perfect Dark
American
Zero.
Wasteland,
I never played. I don't. think
Tony
I played
Hawk,
that. Oh,
American
Tony Hawk.
Wasteland.
I didn't have that for 360 yet.
Is this the 360 podcast? But yeah, no, I sold a lot of my stuff, and I still kept some things I couldn't sell, and some stuff that was dear to my heart. But yeah, John, you said you still have your original one.
I do.
Gosh, so jelly. Did you keep all of your games? Did you happen to sell any of them? Or
I sold most, I believe, unfortunately, to Bookman, so I think paid me like 10 cents per
That's about right.
per game.
Yep.
But I had some, probably the best gaming memories of my childhood were on the GameCube for
Mhm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PS2. That's a gem.
I gotta say, like, I developed my current tastes in the GameCube era right around that time, because N64 was still when my parents were buying me games. Kind of, I'd like show interest into stuff, but the GameCube was the first console where I was able to like buy my own games, kind of curate that.
Hmm.
And now that my taste has changed over the years, it made me want to go back and get some of those older titles I missed. But because our age group now, this is like the nostalgic era for it. So GameCube secondhand buying. I don't know if you guys have tried to look for titles
Very
or
pricey.
consoles or stuff. It was $2.99 at retail. Stuff they are expensive now to get.
How
good
much are we going?
GameCubes. The console itself isn't too bad. The console itself you can find, but for 60 to 120 depending on the condition. Right now, we're looking around.
But the games.
The
go
games
for
are
as
that
much as the
expensive though.
console.
Really?
Yeah.
Games and find a good Wavebird that's not
Uh,
broken. You're
I-
going to be paying $100.
2 copies of Wind Waker still.
Oh,
Damn.
I remember I dragged your asses through Flagstaff to pick up Wind Waker.
Mhm.
That was because that was right when I was restarting to get that's when I got this console. I was getting my library back in how was that 20? We were up in 2011. That was all as in Evelyn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh God, we played up a show up in Flagstaff, and I went up there like a week before for like my own family, and I knew the Bookmans up there had a Wind Waker, and I wanted it so badly. And we were in downtown
That's
Flagstaff.
why because I actually forgot why we went there.
We were in
That's
downtown
why.
Flagstaff, and I'm like, hey, there's a Bookman's just over there. We can just walk over and get it. Just over there happened to be like 2 miles.
Walk
Annoying
through
me
the
all the way.
campus.
through the
Walk
campus.
all the way through freaking NAU campus to go get freaking Wind Waker. I think I paid like $35 for it too, which it's not bad
That's-
now.
yeah.
It's going to be way more expensive to pick it up
Right.
nowadays.
For sure.
But yeah, no. That was me trying to rebuild my library up. Yeah, I brought it all with me too because I'm like, I'm going to talk about all these games. At least shout them out just a little bit of what I currently have rebuilt and what is still on my wish list. Okay, you guys have any quick anecdotes you want to say before we dive into everything?
Yeah. It's kind of sad, though.
Oh,
So you want to know what happened to my GameCube?
okay.
So this is just like karma I feel like I didn't deserve. So it's back when I was in karate. They were doing like a raffle. And there was two big prizes. One was a sword, the one I wanted. The other was an Xbox. This time I didn't really play games too much, so I didn't really want the Xbox. I wanted the sword because it's a sword.
Freaking sword.
And so it came up to the last, what is it? Yeah, it was the sword that was the raffle first. Or it was like, those are the two big prizes. So first the sword, then it was the final one was the Xbox. For the sword, the first person that was drawn wasn't there. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll still get it. Don't get it. So I kind of gave up and I was just like, I hate everything. This is on like also like what 12, no, 11 or 12. And then my name gets drawn for the Xbox and I'm like, okay, cool. I get something. And then go home, realize how much I like it. But this is a time when I had essentially for the inputs or I guess
Your TV?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it like since the TV, like, it wasn't like HDMI and like multiple ports and stuff.
HDMI. This is 2002, brother.
Right.
There ain't no HDMI.
Well, exactly. So
Or
like,
aren't even RGB with all 6 cables.
Right.
so I can only have like one thing plugged in at a time. So like we got an adapter that would let us, or like us, that let me switch things like more easily. What I did, and I didn't realize this was even a possibility, I had it connected in such a way where I guess when I turned on the Xbox when the GameCube was still on, it shorted out my GameCube.
Ooh.
So that's
So
what happened to my
you
GameCube.
plugged it into a wall and it like just destroyed your GameCube.
And so like I guess somehow it diverted, like it sent, like it turned on the Xbox, turned on just fine, and my GameCube I just saw like the little orange light, like doop, boop, and then it never came on again.
Your GameCube got jealous. And
If you would have had the sword, your GameCube would still be
Exactly.
with us.
So I blame damn you, Microsoft.
Blame karate
Bill Gates personally assassinated your GameCube
Mhm.
with a sword.
with a sword.
I even had like the disc that came with like that had like all Legend of Zelda stuff.
Oh, dude, I know.
It had
yeah.
that, and then
I got it.
I gave up after that, and I just sold all the games, and I think I got a PS2.
See, I was late to the PS2 game. I didn't pick one up until way later.
PS2 dope.
Yeah, I just played your PS2. But yeah, no. GameCube was definitely interesting for its time. It came out in 2001, end of 2001. So this is DVD era. PS2 had already come out doing that. They use these small ass little discs.
Yeah,
though.
they had such an opportunity. And let's be real. Did you guys see the Panasonic GameCube?
Mhm.
I've watched a teardown of the Panasonic GameCube, so I know what it looks like inside. It's a mess.
It looks like shit, dude. It looks like just a piece of hunk of.
It doesn't even look like a gaming
It doesn't
console.
look like a gaming console. It looks like a shitty car radio.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, we're talking about the Panasonic Q, which is a Panasonic licensed Nintendo GameCube that has a DVD player attached to it. It is a very large, very early 2000s looking console. I forget exactly why they had the deal with Panasonic, but they were able to license out the GameCube, basically software. It's got a whole GameCube in there, but then it's got a whole separate power supply and everything.
Brother,
for
that's a fax
DVD.
machine.
I thought it looked like a cash counting machine.
Dude, yeah,
These
no, that's not a
things-
console. That's a.
They did not sell very well at all.
Mm-mm. Well, they weren't even released here.
No, yeah, but in Japan, well, because they released in Japan to see how
That's
they do.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just never made the market.
So now they are super rare, and to find a working one, because all the parts in them are trash, is just that's a hefty chunk of change to get those guys up and running.
I mean, it was just like the whole concept. I feel like it was just
Put it in fax
destined to
machine
fail.
The
Oh,
GameCube
yes.
basically was a fax machine, dude,
Yeah.
with this controller that was a keyboard.
Yeah, because the GameCube, Nintendo went for a lot of interesting things with this. They kept the size small, but then they added a bunch of ports.
Mhm.
One of the coolest things that you said is the GameCube player, Game Boy Advance player, would just pop right into the bottom of this. And picking up one of those nowadays is like performing surgery. You have to find
You
the
can't take
perfect
them
bottom
off.
piece. And you have to find the perfect bottom piece, too, that still works, that didn't get broken. And you have to find the disc to run the software to play the GameCube game.
You
And
only have
most
to run
of
it
the time,
once, though. Fortunately,
most of the time, those aren't bundled together, and they're
Yeah,
like
I
the
bet
same
not.
price. So you want to get a good working Game Boy player set up on this, you're doing $200 easy to get it
Christ.
set up. I know, but what Brandon just showed me was something funny. Is they have a broadband adapter on this bad boy.
Which I didn't actually know that was a thing.
I knew it
until
was a
today.
thing because of one game. Kirby's Air Ride had an online play
Kirby's Air Ride
motion.
was
And I was like,
sick.
what the hell is online play? And that's when I'm like, you can connect this to the internet? That's stupid. Little Nick thought, because, you know, who
I guess I
would
never
be
questioned
using-
because I played that game, but I never even questioned what that was.
Yeah. No, they have a broadband adapter on this. You could play Kirby's Air Ride, but the big thing everybody got it for was for Phantasy Star Online, which is a RPG similar to like World of Warcraft and all that. It's an MMO, but they had no voice chat, no nothing in here. So to communicate, they had this big ass controller.
Whole keyboard.
John, you saw the picture of it? Yeah.
That's-
No, it is ridiculous to do that in the slightest. But
I just can't believe it's real. When I first saw that when I was younger, I just thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was a real thing.
I want to use it for like a building material. I get it's not a perfect cube, but it is a brick.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those keyboard controllers that's just like a work keyboard. Just like work on.
Get like a USB adapter.
Yeah.
It's like all work and no play.
USB?
Not today.
USB to GameCube adapter.
I download a port for like
hell
Wind
is this
Waker and I
for?
play it.
I don't know.
No, there's just I never really looked at all the ports. I just pulled off this one in the bottom corner. There's nothing in here. It's just I don't know what this port is for.
That's where you put the toner.
That's where you put your Coke.
That makes sense. What did you just say? That's where you put your what?
Coke.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I also put my Coca-Cola products inside my
Yeah,
GameCube.
no Coke, Pepsi.
All
But
Pepsi,
no.
no Coke.
It's a great console. I have many memories of
Oh,
many
that's-
different genres.
That's beautiful. For our audio listeners, Brandon just popped open the lid. It's such a great feeling.
It is. It feels
Huh.
good to press any of the buttons on the GameCube.
It does.
Or the
Yeah.
power button.
And just this guy right here.
We'll
this
talk about that in a
controller,
second here.
I know.
Hon.
Oh,
And then let's get this.
the reset button.
I
I
like
like that they carried over the reset button from the N64 and the whole line before it.
Well,
Like,
it's kind of funny. Nintendo was really the only console to keep that going.
Yep.
Because PlayStation got rid of it, and PS3 has when that had the sleep mode. PS2
oh,
had the reset. Oh, that
there's
console.
the yep.
There's the
controller, though.
ASMR.
May I?
I said
It's
that
er-
console.
it's ergonomic.
Yes. This is. Mm.
This is a fine condition.
I know. Yeah, this is from Bookman's. The console's a little scuffed up. It's got the lovely
Yeah.
Guggen on it.
It just sits in your hands so well.
No, there's a reason why we still use GameCube
Yeah.
controllers to this day. It's a weird ass controller.
It is the only way to play a Zelda game because the C buttons.
And Smash.
I know. It's one of the. That's why I was happy with the Switch Pro controller because it's the closest they've got to replicating this while keeping it a bit more modern, adding both.
Tiny
Yeah,
D-pads.
it's like if
buttons.
you mix an Xbox controller and a GameCube controller.
And
So
it works, but the GameCube is still the most ideal. These things, not many third parties have been able to replicate it other than Nintendo themselves. But Hori's got a couple good GameCube controllers, but just the fact that it's got the analog trigger with the 8 directions
Yeah.
made
The
all the
precision.
3D
Trigger buttons are the
platforming.
best I've ever felt on a
Dude.
controller.
I wish more places had analog triggers. That's my biggest issue with Sunshine on this.
Right.
What?
I like how whoever owned this before you, because I doubt you did this.
Probably, yeah.
They marked all 8
Oh, they did.
little things that you can
Huh.
put little.
Yeah, I
pen
did not
marks
do
with
that.
No
Actually,
kidding.
I think that just looks like wear and tear, to be honest.
Did they
Really?
use Roman
Yeah.
numerals?
No, on the bottom it looks like they. What the hell did they do to this? Someone had a lot of fun with this controller. Whoever owned it before me. That is the thing, is finding these things used. They're never in the best condition because people use the crap out of this console.
Hell yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
That console is a workhorse. That thing is, it's worth its weight.
Hey,
in,
you don't really hear too many with
They don't
360.
have a
There
big
was the Red
failure
Ring
rate.
of Death.
Yeah.
With the GameCubes, there besides Anthony,
Yeah, I
killing
was the
his in
anomaly.
Cold blood.
it wasn't him.
It was-
wasn't
it was
his fault.
The
Right,
Xbox.
Besides Bill
It
Gates
was his
coming in
karate
through his
teacher
Xbox.
and Bill Gates.
God, yeah, there are a lot of memories of great games on this console, and let me we're going through the props right now. Let me bust out my bag and see what my collection's at right now. We'll talk about some of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's up, John?
It was ice, by the way. Anthony noticed something floating before we started.
No, it wasn't iceberg.
It
Nice.
was ice. Yeah.
Yes. Wasn't a fatberg. That's
God.
for sure.
Thank God.
I do
He
have
did.
one game before we dive into your bag too. Just because I thought of it randomly. James Bond 007 Nightfire.
Dude, I still only have that on PS3
so
or PS2.
fun.
I don't think I've ever played that.
Nightfire is
fucking fun.
so there
man.
was 2 major big James Bond games that came out in the GameCube era, and I played them both to death: Nightfire and Agent Under Fire.
Yep.
I like Nightfire better. I think that was the second one. I think Agent Under Fire was the first one, and a Nightfire, great Bond game.
Nightfire is a sequel. Yeah.
Something with a GameCube is you don't have a second good joystick. So every first-person shooter on this game, except for one that I played at least, uses some type of lock-on system and strafing, kind of like GoldenEye. They basically see that GoldenEye formula and
Yeah.
use it for the GameCube. But have you guys played Time Splitters 2, a GameCube game?
Mm-mm.
That used both joysticks. So your second
Oh.
joystick is how you controlled like a standard shooter on an Xbox. That one was a little hard to control.
Which it also that feels weird on a GameCube
Yeah.
controller because it's not built. For
It's
that.
not built. It doesn't. It's not a big enough joystick with a big enough give to really get that precision you'd need for a first-person shooter.
It was a good idea, but
It was great. It was actually a fun-ass game. I'd love a sequel in the Time Splitter series.
I thought of one more just absolutely perfect thing about the console itself before
Okay.
we start on the games. And it was inspired because you pulled out your games and I saw the little logo on the top.
Yes.
The way it would fucking bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Bum.
That little
That's
intro.
satisfying, like...
And then when you don't have a disc in there, and it just spins.
Right.
Spins all around.
That gave me anxiety when I was a little kid. Like, I felt my shoulders get cold and my back sweat when it would do that. I'd be like,
John, do you know about holding the Z button when it boots up?
no.
Yeah.
What?
You don't know about holding
No,
it makes a different noise.
I thought you did know.
It's like
What?
Yeah.
if you hold the
there's
Z
multiple
button
things
while
you can do,
the
yeah.
plugged in while the GameCube boots up, it plays a different noise. It's like a squeaky kind
Like
of
toys.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know. I thought you knew that.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
We'll have to pull it up after because
Yeah.
I bet you it's copyrighted.
Oh,
But
100%.
yeah, if you hold Z when booting up the GameCube, it plays a different sound instead of the do 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 do.
I did not know that.
Wasn't there a third one, or is it only two?
There might have been. I only know about the two, so if there's a third one, that's news to me.
I thought there was like a
They could make it back
Nintendogs
in it.
one or something like that.
Fucking-
Watching another
Nintendogs was a
Didn't
Wii
exist.
DS
Well, I know.
game.
True.
So,
I screwed up my Nintendo.
So I must have just
dude.
been okay.
I screwed it up.
like the Tamagotchi.
I messed up, dude.
Did you forget to feed him?
No.
How long has it been since you fed your
He purposely
Nintendo?
didn't feed them.
I didn't understand that you're supposed to name it. So I
Wait.
thought, like, the beginning of the game, you're telling the dog to come here because it's across the room from you.
Yeah.
So at, like, 10 years old or whatever, I named my dog Come. I was trying to call it over. And then the next question it asks you is like, okay, go ahead and give your dog a command. And I didn't realize my mistake until years later talking to my brother, and he's like, dude, that's the funniest shit I ever heard. Because I was at my great-grandpa's house on, like, a birthday party, just sitting in the room, yelling into my DS.
Oh no.
And that memory haunts me.
Oh, that is.
But he was a beautiful German Shepherd,
His name was Cum.
and his name was Come.
I can't believe that's
Yep.
a thing.
How many tricks?
Cooking
were-
Mama was also fun, though, on the DS. You guys have Cooking Mama?
I actually didn't, but no.
So Soul Calibur 2.
So I'm gonna start with just whatever random order I decided to go with, as in whatever order I threw them into the bag. Probably reverse alphabetical because I just grabbed them off my shelf.
I just want to say I did find there was a third one. So if you
Oh, there
hold
is.
hold Z for the startup, you get the monkey sounds.
Yeah.
But if you have 4 controllers and you hold Z's, you actually get ninja sounds, and they chant words, and there's drumming.
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck. I gotta see that too. I gotta see that.
I didn't know there was a fourth one. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'll take a sweet tart. Hold on, I gotta. Oh my god. There we go.
No, I'm good.
This is sweet tart. GC. Okay. Moving down my list, my first one on here is Soul Calibur 2 for GameCube. You guys play this one at all?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
It's the
This
main
got
one I
me
played.
into the Soul Calibur series because of one little green boy on top. Link.
No,
No?
What?
that wasn't even my character, bro.
Well, Link was what made me buy the game.
Hmm.
He wasn't my best in the game.
No, Kalik
But-
for life.
Oh, dude. Oh, gosh, I can't even remember. I played most of the Soul Caliburs. So I was like, oh, Taki.
Voldo.
Gosh, Voldo.
Voldo's
Always
my boy.
creepy, but always good.
Voldo's my boy. Spawn. That,
God,
that was on
Xbox
PS, or was it?
Yeah, that was
or-
Xbox.
The Xbox was Spawn, and
PlayStation had that
was
karate.
dude from
master.
Tekken, right?
Oh,
Tekken, that's
okay,
it, yeah.
Tekken. Okay, yeah.
Was he the guy that just got announced for Smash Brothers? That'd be weird if that was the guy
That'd be
who
funny.
got.
Oh.
I gotta see, because I know the guy. The name of the. All right, let's see. Soul Calibur.
Soul
Yeah.
Calibur was just a great fighting game, though.
It's probably the first one I played.
Have
that
you
I-
played any of
played
them
it?
since too, Brandon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The last one I played seriously was 3.
I played 2, 3, 4.
No, actually, no, 4. There was one I played at your house. I think it was 4.
Was it when they had
It was like a conquest
Darth Vader
thing.
and Yoda?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was 4.
Yeah. I think that was the last major one I played, and from there I just kind of fell out from it.
It was Heihachi is the guy from Tekken, so a different Tekken character,
Hmm.
not the same one that was announced in Ultimate this week. But yeah, Soul Calibur 2, great game. Oh, starting off big here with the second game, the big Smash Brothers Melee. I bet my memory card is in one of these, and I thought it might have been Smash
Oh,
Brothers.
well, speaking of the GameCube itself, real quick, too, one
Memory
more thing.
cards.
Yeah, memory cards,
Yeah,
guys.
what
Do you
was
remember
that
fucking
memory card?
cards?
I had both the gray and the black one, the one that held nothing and the one that held everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the gray was like my backup saves for my super important like games I cared about, like Animal Crossing and Resident Evil.
And back when games came with real booklets.
I know, real book. I
on,
opened
like,
it up and
how
I'm
to
just
play
like,
the
ugh.
character and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
sheesh.
I know, right? Just nothing
cool,
but
cool
nostalgia.
facts and shit too in there. Like you'd open it up and
Yeah.
I mean, just look how big Smash Brothers is. It's a
Yeah,
whole
it's a
freaking
whole
guide
book.
on how to play
Yeah.
every character in the game, minus the hidden secret ones.
Melee
like
was
Mewtwo.
such a gem.
Melee was a gem. It was,
It's the best-selling game on the GameCube.
yeah. It came out. And it wasn't a release game. It
Mhm.
almost was a release. It missed it by like 2 weeks. I want to say it was very close to release. They just
Well,
had to push it back a little bit.
Upon release, they didn't really want too many Mario games.
Yeah.
Well,
At least
because they were
Mario
working on
centric.
Sunshine, but it was not ready yet.
Yeah.
So they had Luigi's Mansion, which is actually a game I don't own. So
No.
I've never actually
So
beat
good.
the original Luigi's Mansion. I only ever played
never
it at
beat
a
it.
friend's house.
Yeah, I rented it from like Hollywood Video.
same.
Yeah, I rented it.
We probably all rented the same copy.
Right.
See, I was more of a Blockbuster kid.
I did Blockbuster.
But no, yeah. There's also back when games had
Oh, there it is.
demo discs. Like, I have this demo disc that I really freaking love. I know. Well, I'll get to that next. But no.
Billy Hatcher. Though?
Billy
I
Hatcher,
fucking love that
Beautiful
game.
Joe. This is when Capcom and
Beautiful
Sega,
Joe.
Beautiful.
Ubisoft, Beautiful Joe. Have you played Beautiful Joe?
Beautiful Joe.
Have you actually played the game?
Yes.
Beautiful Joseph.
What is Beautiful Joe?
It's a side-scrolling kind of beat 'em up
Yeah, it's a
kind of
beat 'em
game.
up.
Yeah.
It's a cel-shaded, super aesthetic. You're basically in like filming a movie. Is the
Okay.
whole plot of the game. It's a great little side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Isn't he beautiful?
He is. And then I also have the Rebel Strike, the Rogue Squadron 3 demo.
He's pretty
That was a
handsome.
game. Not as good as Rogue Squadron 2, which was a closer to release GameCube game. That was a much better one. But yeah, actual demo discs that I
Yeah.
kept from games. But then this is the ultimate collector's disc.
I have
Got
that
this from pre-ordering Wind Waker, which is this is that one that we got up in Flagstaff.
one. I love that game that you're holding.
Yeah.
in your
Yeah,
hand.
collector's
The
edition,
optional
it's
disc
so
that has
good.
all four Zeldas.
All fours.
Oh my god! The fact that they were able to fit all four on there.
Right? Yeah, it's only 1.5 gigs.
Yeah.
And it has a 20-minute demo for Wind Waker where you can
Yeah.
barely get off
That's what
of
I first made. Or
Uh,
first
Outlook
played Wind
Island.
Waker.
But
Yeah.
Outlook Island, if you speed run it, you might be able to
Mhm.
get to the end of
I still remember how to
Forsaken
speedrun it.
Fortress. How far could we go realistically in 20 minutes? I'll have to watch the current world record speed run.
You can
Right.
beat
See
the
how far you can
Forsaken
get.
Fortress in 20
In 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Is this the same build though? Does it use the same glitches and stuff? Would you
That's
be able to
true.
do that?
I think you can. Without glitches, you can get to Windfall Island when you wake up and the boat saves you. You can do
Yeah.
that in about 20 minutes, I think.
Gosh, that'd be cool. I might just do that for shits and giggles one day and see if I can beat how far I can get in the 20-minute speed run of this.
Dude,
That'd be
you should
fun.
stream that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. See how quick you can get. But no, yeah, Wind Waker, great game. I actually, so when I first got on GameCube, never beat it. It took me years later. I couldn't beat the end of the game. I just wasn't good at getting the
It's
Triforce
actually
pieces.
hard as shit.
Yeah.
Wind Waker is a...
Yeah, that was
It
the
doesn't
roughest
hold your
one for
hand
me.
as much as the
No.
others. It lets
Yeah.
you kind of more explore. And as a kid, I didn't really grasp the whole. Every square had one major island that you needed to check out. I would just get lost in the ocean. This is a game where I just more played it because I loved just the world and the dungeons that I could get to.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then I got I love the box this is in too. It's not the original box. It's one of those
Yeah, I was gonna
GameCube
ask.
boxes,
Yeah.
the
What the heck?
GameStop used boxes. But it's Spider-Man 2 on GameCube.
Oh,
Great game.
Dude,
that's
Spider-Man 2.
just a hitter. 10 out
yeah.
of 10.
That's on all the consoles though, so I had it on GameCube.
That's some of my favorite gaming memories is playing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Just flying through New York City.
Yep.
Not a care in the world. Hey, there's a burglar. I'm gonna kick your butt.
I know. The great thing about Spider-Man 2 was how stupidly addicting and short all of the open world missions were.
Yep.
Mm.
All like 12 different varieties between stuff that happened and stuff that you would actively choose. It was just a great little GameCube game. Really pushed the limits of the GameCube 2. It doesn't look too great nowadays
Mhm.
though. It did not age well. We need a HD re-release of it.
Dude, Kirby's Air Ride, though?
Kirby's Air
I
Ride.
love that game.
I wasn't a huge fan of like racing games, but Kirby's Air Ride really brought me into it. I never really played a lot of Mario Kart games early on until the next one, which is on the second bag.
Kirby's Air Ride's so cool.
Kirby's Air Ride. I played mostly the city mode on this game.
City
You
mode
guys
was
do that?
great.
City
yeah.
mode- City Battle.
Sick. Yeah, that's what I mainly did.
5 minutes.
Do you remember one of the, I don't even know, I guess ships? Like, what are they actually called? Because I know, like, you have his star.
The riders.
Yeah, that's it, riders.
Air Rides. or whatever they're called.
Do you remember the one where you get the 3 pieces and you can, like, charge it? And then so
Yeah,
you can just sit?
the Dragoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still in
It's-
Smash Brothers.
Right.
You can still gather it and collect it.
But that was, when I first found that and how that worked, I'm like, what? Like, oh my God.
my God.
The power.
The power. But yeah, no, super good. You guys ever play the Lord of the Rings games? This is also one that's a multi-platform
I think I played
game.
a little bit of that.
This
yeah.
Return of the King is an amazing one. You get to play as Legolas, Gimli,
really good.
and Aragorn. It's super fun.
Multiplayer too, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it's
Co-op?
got.
'Cause I used to
Let's
play with
see.
Eric.
Oh, this is even before they really say like one. Oh, here we go. 1 to 2 players.
Yeah, I used to play
Yep.
co-op with Eric
Gosh.
down the street.
Yeah, no, this is great GameCube game. Also, Sonic Heroes, a great multi-plat.
Adventure was a little better.
I have 2 Battle. I don't have the original.
That's what I got as 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 Battle.
That's a really good one.
Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia was lit.
Yeah, great platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Too good. And then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. How much
Yep.
time did you spend on Chow's?
Oh,
Those
I
are
would throw
really
them
good.
off the cliff, dude.
Way
Every time.
Significantly
Way too
more
much.
than the core game.
Yeah.
For sure more than that.
Would you guys throw them?
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have
Actually-
my bad boys that I'd throw and they'd be all mad at me.
Yeah,
And then
I
my
did do
good
that.
ones.
Yeah.
I got pissed off and I just raged through them a lot. So that is true.
Yeah, he just murdered all of his child.
No, they were fine. They just bounced around. They're good.
God, too good.
Threw them in the water
all
so they
the younglings,
nice
the
soft.
child
Oh, wait,
versus
maybe-
younglings.
Is this the one that you get when you pre-order? Because I have 2 Zelda games. I have this one that is.
I have the other one.
Okay. 2 games. This is the
I
1998
don't think I have
Game
that
of the
one.
Year edition of Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which was never released before. So this is the first time of Master Quest.
That is the one you get with Wind Waker.
That is. Oh god, what did I do to get the other one?
The
then?
collection?
I don't know what I got.
Yeah,
Dude,
because I had
this
it too, and I don't know.
Collection came out later,
Okay.
if I remember right.
Yeah, because this is just Ocarina of Time and Master Quest. I believe
Right.
that one contains Master Quest too.
Did the other one come with like Game Informer or Nintendo magazine?
I can
or
see
some
it
shit?
coming with a
That
magazine
sounds
or
like
something. But yeah. And then the big boy,
Oh.
these last 2
Yeah.
are amazing games, both of these.
So good.
Super Mario Sunshine. Out of the 3 that released last year, Mario Sunshine, because 64 Sunshine and Galaxy, I gotta say Sunshine's my favorite. I know it's a hot take.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I know it's a
Sunshine.
hot take, but just everything about that game speaks to me.
I haven't played it yet on the 3D All Stars collection because I
So
haven't.
good.
It's really
I
good.
haven't done it with the analog triggers. Can you use the GameCube adapter with the Switch and have the analog? Do you guys know about that?
I don't
don't
know. I
know.
haven't tried it.
Because I don't. It's so
I was
much of
fine
that
with the
is
Joy-Cons.
analog using. Okay.
Yeah. Like
Wait,
I didn't
are-
notice.
Are you saying you can play Sunshine?
Well, the
On
3D
the
All
Switch?
Stars.
Yeah,
there's
the 3D
3D
All-Stars
All-Stars.
pack, dude.
It comes with
Oh, John,
64,
you're about 3 months too late.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Wait,
They-
what the fuck?
They
Really?
stopped selling
I
it
have
in
it.
March.
It's out.
No, you can't get it anymore?
No, they had
Yeah,
a limited
they made it
release.
1 year. It was like March, bro.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Tier.
I could never play Sunshine again.
no.
Well, I mean,
We got copies.
I mean,
you
it's
can borrow,
there,
bro.
Yeah.
You're a boy. You can borrow our
Yeah.
copies. We
Yeah.
trust you.
you got a working GameCube. You're good.
Bring the tear to
Look
his
of
eye.
defeat.
The look of defeat.
And if it makes you feel any better, you playing it that one on the GameCube is not going to be different than what we're playing on the Switch. It just
It's a literal
the same. It's
port.
just ported.
That's what I need.
You don't need it. No, just borrow that and play for free. Here's boy.
Or you could also borrow the 3D All Stars pack
Yeah.
too. I'm not complaining at 24/7.
Well,
As I
true.
said,
well,
I haven't even
guess I
played
just assumed you
Sunshine
all
in
had
it
the
yet.
because you have the hard copy, right?
I have both,
Actually,
yeah.
do you have the hard copy too?
Hard copy.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm the only one that got digital. Okay.
I went to Best Buy myself.
I pre-ordered it. I think at Best Buy actually.
I
Yeah.
pre-ordered it at Best Buy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like me and Nick were saying, that's like the first game I've pre-ordered in a long time, just because of Mario Sunshine. I
Why
just
would they do it?
to hype people
Limited
up to-
release.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To hype it up,
make people
But why
buy
would
it.
they make you not be able to buy it?
so they can re-release it. And it's the Disney Vault syndrome.
Yeah.
So
So they're
they're
gonna
gonna
make me wait.
They're gonna make
Yeah.
you wait. Yeah.
How many years?
Who knows?
So when the Switch Pro comes out and they release them all individually for $40, because that's what they're thinking about. What they're doing with Zelda.
Why does Nintendo hate me?
Because you have
love your money.
They love your money.
we love your money.
And we love their products. So,
so we
it's
just keep paying
like
for
when
it.
I was watching the Nintendo Direct this year, I was just like, wallet, TV.
Right. It's a fry meme the whole
They-
time.
Because some of the things I'm missing, some parts of my collection that I don't have, the Super Monkey Ball,
Nightfire,
Nightfire,
Prime.
Resident Evil 4, the Prime.
Resident Evil 4 was a
I don't have it on-
GameCube exclusive original at first.
I own it on every other console but GameCube.
I've beaten that game so many times. We're gonna do an episode on that eventually.
Actually,
but I've beaten
didn't-
that game 15
I thought it wasn't originally on the GameCube. I thought it was ported
Well,
over to the GameCube.
The funniest part
originally a game.
I didn't know
about
that.
it was part of the Capcom 5 deal where they had 5 games coming to GameCube: Beautiful Joe, Resident
that's right.
Evil, Killer 7, and then I think they faded away. I don't think they did all 5.
Monkey Ball. Did you mention Monkey?
No, Monkey Ball is not a
That's Sega.
Capcom game. That's a Sega game. Yeah.
Mhm.
My
But
brain.
no, yeah.
Really good game.
And I Resident Evil 2 discs. Resident
Yes.
Evil 4
Yep.
had 2 discs, which was not too many GameCube games did that because these are DVD discs, but they're smaller.
It was part 2 is mainly just the castle.
Part 2 is the castle.
Yeah.
That was basically the last third of the game.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. They put like 2/3 of the game on one, and then just like a little tiny.
Resident Evil 4 still kind of holds up if you put it on an old CRT TV.
It's a good game.
I mean, like the graphics on it, like it
Yeah.
pushed the GameCube to its limit.
Those are some of the most insane graphics I had seen for a long time.
For real though.
The way that they texture graded everything.
Resident Evil 4 made me want to get an Xbox because I wanted to play more games like that, basically. So I can also blame Resident Evil 4 for me selling my GameCube too.
Well,
Rest
that's
in peace.
also one of the downfalls of the GameCube is that there was just not very much adult content.
Yeah.
And it was right at the time when we were kind of being done with it. The Xbox was ramping up. The 360 was
Yeah, we
coming
were
out.
wanting to shoot more stuff.
Wanting to do some of that Halo and the Call of Duties and Gears of Wars and all that stuff.
Brutality.
So we switched from GameCube to Xbox. But yeah, I know some of the white whales I'm missing are still the Animal Crossing, which I saw at the one of the game stores I frequent up. Also, support your local game stores. Holy crap, seriously. Go into local used game stores and get a game. Oh, God.
Did we talk about Double Dash?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Double Dash is the game that got me into Mario Kart.
Yeah, I bet because I have the demo disc. I should really switch these. The demo
Did you guys ever play Tony Hawk's Underground or Underground 2?
Yeah.
I played the shit out of those games. On GameCube.
Underground was fun.
Underground
God.
was a lot of fun.
I just like Tony Hawk games in general, though.
Did you ever play the skate park creator?
Yeah.
Dude, that was so fun.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I played more of the 2D ones, like on the Game Boys and stuff. I didn't play too much of the 3D ones.
I don't know if I've ever played a 2D Tony Hawk game.
No, they were really. I mean, it's literally just in a different
same
dimension.
kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
like
Okay.
I that's why I was surprised I didn't like the. I don't think that I didn't like the 3D ones so much as I think I just played so much of the Game Boy ones. I just kind of got burned out, and I just
Yeah.
was like, I want something different. So I think
But
that's
we
what.
rocked that remaster.
Yeah.
That's some fun shit, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that's coming out to Switch too, because that'd be a
Yeah.
great Switch game.
Oh, that's cool.
Coming right back. It's coming out. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 is coming to Switch.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to spend more money.
That might be,
I'm
that
gonna
might be
spend
when I
more
get it. Yeah.
money. Guys, see on the Wikipedia article for games on the GameCube, there's a whole subsection for bonus discs and demo discs of just famous ones that came out. So I'm gonna use that second to try and find.
I'm gonna try and
Oh yeah,
goose it
Pokemon
up.
Coliseum.
Pokemon
Fuck.
Coliseum, such a good game.
I played the shit.
That was
out
the
of that
first big. Everyone's thinking. At least I thought that was also going to be Stadium 3.
Yeah.
which it wasn't really.
There's rumors that Stadium 3 might be a thing, though.
I mean, we just
Dude.
got freaking.
Yeah, Pokemon the new Pokemon Snap. Yeah.
So if they can make a Stadium 3,
I'll buy it. I won't even think
Oh,
about it.
no,
It's
dude,
happening.
That's done.
Won't even think about it. Pokemon Snap is like, I'm fine with watching people play that, but Pokemon Stadium 3,
I missed Sunshine.
I paid more money for it than I probably should.
I waited 16 years to play Sunshine again. The opportunity.
next time it comes out of the vault.
I'll be like 40.
Paper Mario was good.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
see.
didn't
that,
play much
I
of that.
I never. I
played the
missed-
Wii one.
Yeah, I didn't. I missed the GameCube one. I played the N64 and the Wii. I missed Thousand Year Door. I've watched a playthrough of it, so I've seen it, but I've yet to play through it myself.
I've seen speedruns too. Like it looks like a great game. Like I'm sure I'd love it. I just didn't have the
Did
means
anyone
to play
get the
it.
Donkey Konga games?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
You get the bongos. You got the
Yeah,
bongos?
I had the bongos
Ah,
at one point. Yeah.
Gosh, I never got those.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mario parties were actually pretty good on the
See,
GameCube.
I managed to skip most of the GameCube Mario parties. I went from the 64 ones to the Wii ones.
The Wii ones were also pretty good, but the Wii ones feel kind of like the Mario, or like, oh my God, words. They feel fairly close. It's just the fact that you have a motion controller versus a not motion
Yeah,
controller.
they're still done by Hudson Soft, so
Yeah,
they're the
exactly.
same
I
developmental
want to
company.
say. I think it was Mario Party 3. I think me and Brian played a lot of that.
That was still on N64, I want to say. I think
Was it?
4 was the first one
4.
on GameCube.
Was it 4? Okay. So it was the
Yeah.
first. I think. So I think it was the first one. So yeah, that one. Thank you.
It was
Wait.
4, 5, and 6.
That's right.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah. So actually, it might not even been 4. It might have been. It was one of those 3. But we played it a lot.
Yeah, see, I don't consider Twilight Princess a GameCube game because I picked it up
No.
on Wii. I was looking at the list of all the games
played
here
it
on the
more on
side.
Because it was at the
Yeah.
very end of its life.
They pulled a Breath of the Wild where it's technically a Wii U game too, but
Mhm.
we all got it for Switch. Because
Right.
We all got it with a Switch, basically.
Mhm.
Gosh.
I was actually
weird.
surprised when I saw. I'm like, oh, that's for the
I
GameCube.
have Breath of the Wild on Wii U, and I had Twilight Princess on GameCube.
Ah,
And,
okay. It's kind of funny.
I'm an old boy.
No, you're just a man who knows how to budget better. We
Yeah.
splurge on new consoles.
That's true.
Apparently, I missed some things. So
It's all right.
It's just one thing. It's fine.
no, it's not.
He's
fun.
still
It's
hurt.
fine.
With the Metroid games, do you guys play Metroid 1 and 2? Metroid Prime 1 and 2?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved those games.
Yeah, 2 was a bit harder. I didn't beat it in my original playthrough. I got the Metroid Prime trilogy when it was released on Wii, and I played all of those.
Trilogy was awesome.
Yeah, because it gave the motion controls to the first 2 Metroid games, and that's when I finally beat the second one. But the soundtrack of Metroid Prime, oh, love that soundtrack.
Music's
So
always
good.
been good for that.
Yeah. Gosh, something the GameCube has. Looking through the library, there has a lot more third-party support than especially licensed content. This is back
Yeah.
when licensed content was also still really pumping. You got THQ, you got all those companies just pumping out licensed stuff.
I think the last game for the GameCube was a Madden game, actually.
That wouldn't surprise me. Madden 08 probably.
Yeah.
If I know a YouTuber obsessed with it, wouldn't surprise me. Gosh, just looking at there's so many. My collection is not even a third of what it used to be. Looking at, I'm like, I had that. God, so many good games on this list.
How many hours do you think you put in on a GameCube?
Well, God, too many.
It's got to be a lot, right?
I mean,
It's gotta
Animal
be.
Crossing alone, I put a
Right.
fuck
I
ton
never
of.
fucking played that game.
See,
I played very little of it.
The
on that
original
one.
Animal Crossing on
I never
GameCube?
played that
It's okay.
game on GameCube.
Played
and
Harvest
I
Moon.
don't play it now.
I think it was on GameCube, right?
No.
Was it
That's
Harvest
just a game I sink a lot of hours into. John wants to disown you right now, but I
Yeah, well,
understand.
I have Sunshine, so
Sun-
I'm the gatekeeper for him.
what did you just?
I'm gonna let you play the Sunshine, but
You gotta forgive.
you gotta forgive me
For not playing
for
Animal
not
Crossing.
playing Animal Crossing.
Did you play Wind Waker?
Yeah, of course I played Wind Waker. I think I beat Wind Waker.
Did you play Tony Hawk's Underground?
Yes, I told you that.
Yeah.
You already asked me that. We already had this conversation.
We can still be friends.
Okay.
But was Harvest Moon? Was there one on GameCube?
I bet there was. I never really was into the Harvest Moon series. Animal Crossing was kind of my first, other than The Sims. That was kind of my first kind of
Ooh, I
life
love The
sim.
Sims.
But I don't think this PlayStation had all the Sims games. I don't
No,
think GameCube
PS2.
really had any. Yeah.
I used to be obsessed with Sims 2 back at Nick's
Oh,
house.
there's a couple Harvest Moon
Is
games.
there? Okay.
There's
So I remember
3.
playing. I don't even know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you which one, but I remember playing that. I think I played a little. Cause I played.
Was it A Wonderful Life or Another Wonderful Life?
Jesus.
Or Magical Melody? Those are the 3 ones that were released.
Honestly, none of that sounds familiar. That's crazy.
I'm gonna guess Another Wonderful Life.
Yeah, let's just go with that. I like that one.
That's just the best.
Oh,
title
Rogue
ever for a
Agent. I
spin-off.
forgot about GoldenEye Rogue Agent. That game was interesting. That was the third, because I think it was the first one under EA. Yeah, because EA bought the license. No, they did Nightfire, so... yeah, it was an interesting one. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. You guys ever played the Gauntlet games?
Yes, I love
I don't think so.
The Gauntlet Dark Legacy on the GameCube, I put
Very
so
fun.
many hours into.
Very fun.
Definitely a game where you can just play over and over again. But yeah, the ability for this console to connect to other consoles is insane too. Like the Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures, we're able
I
to
was gonna bring that game up actually.
to plug in your Game Boy Advance into this console and transfer all the data between and freaking play a
Four
Zelda game with your
Swords.
console.
Amazing game, Four Swords.
Getting
Well,
that
that-
together now, you need 4 link cables, 4 Game Boy Advances.
4 little links.
It's a nightmare to get that set up nowadays
colors.
to play a.
But the nice thing is,
version
like,
of
that
it.
whole thing was like a precursor to like the concept for the Wii U and the Switch, though.
It's like, hey, why don't we just use 2 screens and
Yeah.
everything?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
alleviate the pain.
It's really more of a precursor for the DS too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that.
DS for
Nintendo
like the
using
dual
2
screens.
in
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
yeah.
They just went with the handheld first before the full-on console.
So we would have never had Cooking Mama if it wasn't for that technology.
Probably no.
No.
You can thank
Or
thank
Nintendo's.
4 Swords Adventures for that.
I will.
We wouldn't have Nintendogs, but I think I'd be okay with
Oh.
that.
We wouldn't have come.
We wouldn't have come.
He was a beautiful German Shepherd, Brandon.
He needs you to understand.
Come, sit.
Dude, I legit got the questions mixed up.
I'm so sad. It's not even fair.
That's rough, buddy.
You can't rename him either, dude. I looked it up.
right? So they waited until he bonded with him. And it's like, you know what? You're stuck with the name.
Yeah, dude. I
You
was,
can't just like soft
I
reset
was such
your
an
data.
innocent kid. I was like just.
No.
I knew I was disappointed, but I didn't know it was anything like weird. Like I was just mad because his name was that. Like I was like, that's a dumb name. And fucking years later, telling my brother, he's like, dude, that's horrible. Like, why?
I don't think he realized how bad that is. I was like, oh, no.
God. It was a gift from my grandparents too.
Dog?
No, Nintendogs.
So come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh my god, sorry.
It's okay.
Did you guys have any third-party controllers for the GameCube?
Yeah, they were awful.
They were all
I think I had a
terrible.
Mad Catz
Mad
one.
Catz,
It was
yeah.
the
Yes,
worst
yeah.
decision I think ever
The
when it came
tiny
to
ass little one that was like this
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
I
about
had to get a Mad Catz because I spilled a fucking Pepsi on my regular one.
what about a Game Shark? You remember
I never
those?
got a Game Shark for this. I really only used.
I think I only had a
like,
Game Shark for the Game Boy. I
Game
never.
Shark for this and the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Was it like an action replay or something like that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I did have that.
What games did you use that with?
Honestly, I can't even remember.
Wow.
It's escaped me.
It has
I definitely used it for something, but I can't remember.
He's repressed his cheating ways.
Probably.
probably.
It, I don't know. I want to remember, and I can't remember. I feel like it was Sonic or something. I don't know.
What, you didn't want to grind in Sonic Adventure? No. God. I'm trying to think of the Sonic RPG. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, that one. You want to grind in that game? God, Shadow. What do you steal my beer away from?
Ooh.
John, he's stealing my beer.
Ooh,
I don't know what you're messing with that sticker over there, but
I'm not touching his beer, dude. Oh no, it's him.
I got it back for
All
you.
right.
Don't worry.
Thank
John won't steal your beer anymore.
you. God, John.
Damn.
anybody else have any final thoughts they wanted to add on about the GameCube?
Oh, I didn't actually mention it before, but you said like the Game Boy player was like stuck in yours. That happened to mine too before it died.
Yeah.
Did
So-
you give it a proper burial?
No, I actually don't know what I did
So
with
you have
it.
to
no,
blow
be
it up
completely
with
honest.
dynamite. This thing's dirty as hell.
Yeah.
Give it
It's
a-
probably used as
I
building
think as
material somewhere,
a
like a
young
mid-rise.
teenager, I didn't have dynamite.
Damn.
You didn't?
No,
But the kids in the Butterfly Effect did.
that's
They were
true.
teenagers.
Actually, they were younger.
Pothole.
Well, I was having less fun as a kid, I guess.
True.
No, because you had a GameCube.
For a little bit till
Had a GameCube.
till Xbox showed up like, hey bitch, you ain't gonna have that no more. You're gonna play Halo
What?
for life.
Bill Gates came out and murked it.
Let me give you an alternate situation here.
Cool.
You won the sword, right? Let's
No.
say alternate timeline.
Oh.
You got the sword, right?
Anthony drops the sword and it goes.
Anthony wouldn't be sitting here today with us on the podcast.
It would have been me that was short circuited, not the GameCube.
Oh,
With the blade.
think that was a monumental choice in your life to not get the sword, because if you got the sword, you would have ended up a different person that didn't
Yeah.
have the GameCube issues, which wouldn't have led to the effects in your personality and your interests, which brought you here to the pod.
It's
I
all
think I would have
Butterfly
liked
Effect.
The Legend of Zelda more than I do if I didn't do what I did. Because I
Yeah.
didn't play a lot. Like Nintendo kind of like went to the wayside after that, so I didn't play a lot of Nintendo games until I got my Game Boy.
Anthony would be like a master swordsman right now.
Right?
It'd be ridiculous.
You'd be on a different podcast. You'd be listening to like a blacksmith podcast with Anthony.
And I just on Twitch,
Ninja.
I just ASMR. It's just me like in like the workshop, just on my anvil. Yeah. I mean, I guess I still could do that.
Your karate teacher's just nodding approvingly in the background.
Right.
Just
This is an 18-inch blade right here. 2-inch diameter. It'll cut through an.
It's a big ass blade.
Dude, I could have been like that channel like
Elbow.
Forged that makes like all the weapons. Like I could have, dude, that could have been me.
Still could be. You just got to get a forge.
when I took welding in high school, it was surprising to learn how easy it is to make like stupid weapons and to give
Yeah.
that ability in the hands of teenagers.
I always did. I guess I didn't really realize it in the moment, but I always felt like that was like a dangerous class to have. But
Yeah,
Huh.
because you could just take like a piece of metal and a belt grinder, like sit there for 15 minutes and you can make a knife. And then your teacher would come by and he'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
now that's a knife.
And then you just put it in the scrap like bin because you're just like, "Oh, this is weird."
Hmm.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, other knife
Anthony
game-
alternate
could have made
timelines aside, I think
Anthony could have made himself a sword.
GameCube is a special spot in all of our hearts.
Yeah.
And I will be growing my collection over the years still
do.
here, trying to get it all back. Many
And maybe
dollars
one day
later.
I'll get another one to Replace the OG one.
Yeah, and I still want to get a purple one because the purple was my OG,
Yeah.
not the
Same.
silver.
Purple for days.
I know, right? Well, thanks everyone for tuning on in. Where can they find us on social media here?
At the Saturday Boys and at the Saturday Boys Pod, and then I'm at Pickled Brandon. Jan.
I'm on MySpace and AOL Messenger on the Pilot Owl.
Concise Koala.
I'm on RuneScape as Nick Benz 9001. Pre 2007 update though, so we gotta this out. I was picking obscure, outdated references too.
Absolutely. Check us out on Vine.
God. Hot take.
What about Friendster?
Ooh.
Does anyone know about that?
Download our latest episode off LimeWire.
God.
It labels it as a different podcast. It's the butterfly effect and it's the GameCube episode.
Yeah, it's exactly.
And it's also a virus.
Right.
Oodles and oodles of viruses.
Thanks everyone for listening. Cheers and have a good Saturday.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Bop it. You're done.
Bop it. Twist it. Saturday
it.
boy it.